welcome to this week's episode of How to Be...
No.
It's not that episode at all, because that's fine.
Let's do that instead.
Star Trek, no.
Oh.
What are we doing again?
Call of the Dragon Thulu. Call of the Dragon Thulu. That sounds cooler. We're doing that from now on.
Yeah, Call of the Dragon Thulu.
Yeah.
It might be next week.
Might be next week.
Mm.
Yes, welcome to the Duskmourn Chronicles. I am claiming that I have dropped some eyes, so I can't remember what the hell's going on. Yes, so to remember what the hell happened last week. Well, thank God it's not me. It is Scott.
Hello.
What happened
Right.
last week?
Stood in some shit.
Remembered you could fly.
Oh, that was funny. That really was funny.
Good.
Yeah. Smeared that shit across the wall. Shot myself when I saw some sentinels.
Yeah.
They fucked off there. Scared of me, I guess. Yeah. But they did run towards my associates, who were doing the Lord Halvoth's work by just, trying to
Heresitor.
love it. Thank you.
Destroying.
We're trying to destroy. They destroyed an ammo cache, but the trebuchet stands. It's singed. Stole some important-looking documents. Unfortunately, upon their retreat, our dear friend Gottfried was shot from the sky. A very familiar sight in the skies.
Yeah.
Around Eric
Being
Bohr.
shot down from the air is a common
It's the thing.
issue.
And that's where we left it. Although I'm being actively pursued yet again. So let's see how we get.
And so our attention now shifts to those who are still alive. Durin and Georgie, you are hiding in amongst the branches of several large ash trees in the darkness of the forest.
Shall we wait for Gottfried at least a little bit?
Can you get him through to him? Do you have enough magic to do that?
It'll put him right on the edge.
Okay.
I'll be tapped out.
Let's not do that. Oh, but I will attempt to bolster your magic, which might help you get an expended spell slot. So that's you've got a first.
A first. Okay.
Can I have my corpse?
Yeah, there it is. He's seductively on like one arm, like this.
Yeah,
like,
he was doing a bit of that.
Like, hey.
Yeah.
Gottfried was doing well. He was blowing things up.
Yeah.
Let's give him some time to get back to us. While we're waiting, why don't we check out those documents very quickly, see what the hell all this was for. I'm going to take out the documents or take them out together.
Take him out. Well, I think Georgie's going to be trying to like listen out for anything approaching and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we scan these documents. What the hell are they exactly?
You have a collection of documents, as a matter of fact. There appears to be a living map of Braxia.
Oh my.
Living map.
Indeed.
That's cool.
The reason why it is a living map is because you can see there are several areas on this map that have got a grey darkness over them. And that grey darkness doesn't seem, even if you turn it in the light, it looks as if it's slowly expanding.
Oh.
What about in this area? In Eric Bar, what
The
do we see?
whole area is dark.
It's dark. What about in Quethlin?
Dark.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Howden Lee,
Dark.
the Tri-Cities of the Dwarves.
No colour there.
Ooh,
Then
Quest.
there are also, and you realise this is because it's at night, that there are smaller, darker spheres moving around the map, all on all continents. Some are in cities, some are moving between them.
Pinch the map and I move it.
Sadly, it's not that dark. However, most of the Southern Ocean is black.
Southern Ocean is black.
You are not sailing out of the Dwarvish territories.
Okay. Georgie, this is proof. This is showing, we assume, the darkness, where they are. This is absolutely priceless. This map means everything.
Yeah, it's really useful. Who do we show it to? the people in the Tri-Cities, right?
I think you need to give someone a ring.
Really? I mean,
We can stow this map, hide it, and tell her where to come and get it.
I feel like we should hold on to it. Like,
Yeah.
I like it, but still don't fully trust it. I think that's what kind of the excitement is. Sorry, I shouldn't get distracted. Like, it's good. I think it stays with us right now. Although, I suppose they can track it. This is probably really important to them.
Probably. Are there any approaching where we are now? Can you see?
Looking at the map,
The whole area is black.
the whole
So
area.
it doesn't give you more detail on that.
Right. Great.
Avery, you are now convinced that you have, on the ground anyway, you are surrounded by centaurs. You're not sure how many. You can hear their quiet hoof beats clopping on the cobblestones, and they are in front, to the left, to the right, and behind you, as if they are getting ready to spring a trap.
I'd go for the classic, go through another second or third story window through the means of flying. Is that possible to me, please, guy?
And you can do as you wish.
Oh, well,
So you launch yourself up,
yeah.
you fly through a window,
Yes.
fly through the other side.
Well, no, I wait inside the house and hear what's happening. Yes.
All right. You wait inside the house. You hear bird calls.
Oh, we remember, yes. We know.
Red crows or something.
We know.
And then I need you to make a perception check for me, please.
Yes, I can do that for you, guy. No problem. Would you say that's cocked? No. Not.
Sorry.
Damn.
How low is it?
Just before we start, I forgot to give you inspiration last time, so you all have
Dankeschön.
inspiration.
Aw, thanks.
Hey, guy, have that back.
Fastest use of inspiration ever.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's better. That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. The centaurs do not look as if they are trying to take you. They look as if they are merely trying to surround you.
Corral.
And yes, they appear to be waiting for the arrival of someone.
Okay.
They have also shifted. They know that you are no longer where you were. They are guarding the roads.
I will be trying to stealth my way through the buildings in the direction of the citadel, but in small bathroom windows,
Give me a
hiding
stealth.
cabinets.
Why don't you try and get to the top, thunder step straight up, and then just fly?
I'm holding on to a few.
Flying
Of them.
has worked so well for this party.
Okay, no, that's another dirty 20.
You think you've evaded them. Do you continue for the citadel?
Yes,
150 yards away.
but very, very carefully through the building, not even stepping out into the streets anymore, unless absolutely necessary and for the minimum amount of time possible.
All right.
And if I do need to, then I will be taking a good long think about whether this is the moment I dash from cover.
I like that. A final stealth check with advantage.
Thank you. Let's hope they can't smell me.
Ironically, the smell is what's putting them off.
21.
They have advantage because there is lots of them looking for you.
Oh, nice.
None of them got a 21. So, you are in a small house. A merchant must have owned this place, and possibly this was the nursery. It looks onto the walls of the citadel. You can see the main double gates squared and with two stone dwarvish statues on either side holding up axes to form the arch. The door itself has been battered as if by some sort of ram or other, but it is holding fast. There are a great number of centaur bodies lying around the entrance, peppered with crossbow bolts from murder holes that you can see in the top of the doorways. You have arrived at the citadel.
Okay, let's think about this. The surrounding immediate frontage of the citadel, are there centaurs in wait?
They are at a... They have formed a cordon around the building, and they are about 100 feet away, just outside of crossbow range.
Okay.
They've got barricades that they've put up. Half of the citadel is on fire. I'll come back to you.
Okay.
What else did the two of you do?
Were there any other documents?
Yes, there was a book.
Yes.
Do you open the book?
Yes.
Who's opening the book?
I am, because books are good for me.
Good. Constitution saving throw.
Oh, should have been me.
15.
The shadow snake bursts out of the book. 15?
15.
And on a 15, it latches onto your bottom lip. And that swells as you can feel it injecting stuff inside of you. Tastes vaguely like a rotten walnut.
Georgie's like going to grab her sword and try and slice through whatever this thing is.
Sure, make your attack.
Don't miss.
Cut Doran's legs off.
11.
Yes, you swing at it, but you realize that as you are swinging it, it's already disappearing. You take 14 points of poison damage.
7.
7 points of poison damage.
I'm a dwarf.
Did you make that 7? Did you make the 7? Because he gets advantage on
You
poison.
failed.
You get advantage on poison.
I didn't roll a save. Oh, sorry.
You did.
15, yeah, 15.
So roll again because you have advantage.
Do I get advantage on poison?
Poison saving throws. Dwarves do, yeah. And resistance to the damage.
Nice.
Okay.
Do it. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
You take half damage.
So a quarter damage.
Quarter damage.
Yeah, 7, so 3. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, quite welcome.
Nice.
The book itself
Yeah.
appears to be a series of field orders, or possibly a cookbook. Or, no, you're fairly convinced now it is a tourist guide.
Crepuscularium and everything you want to know about it. Written by Shaidoth himself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It could very well be that.
Okay. Does it-
Or a collection of child's musings.
Can I do a vibe check on the book? You know, like, is it a creepy necromantic book?
It just poisoned your lip.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
But kids have pop-up books as well. Right?
Well, the
Okay,
shadow
it's a voc.
plane has
yeah.
some
That is a
serious...
shadow
It's a
plane
voc
pop-up.
kids.
It's a
pop-up
Kids
book.
pop-up book. There we go.
That's
Turn the
right.
next page, see what leaps out.
It's a mock-up book.
A voc-up book.
Oh.
Sorry.
Okay.
The way in which it's written, this looks to be a very formal document. It looks to have a lot of what you think would be bullet points and little sub-boxes. Yeah.
Can I insight it to try and get an idea of what these...
Go ahead, give me an
Yeah,
insight.
so 25.
Whatever this is, this was mass-produced.
Right, okay.
And it's updatable. So the back few pages are blank. And even as you are looking at it, a new section of text is entered into the back page.
Oh,
Wow.
so it's a crowdsourced novel.
Could be.
Fan fiction. Burn it! Burn it!
This, they're so connected. They can share information instantly just by updating these maps and these books. They're such a well-oiled machine.
This doesn't give me a good feeling, Georgie. They're so organized. They know everything.
Well, my stomach
through.
just grumbled in anticipation.
Agreement. A squirrel jitters nearby. Yeah. What do we do? Godfrey's... There's no sign of him.
Hang on, what are you looking at?
Yeah.
It's a sundial.
It's a moon dial.
Well, you realize it's still nighttime.
Yeah, I can't see the shadow on my arm. In character, the only thing he would do, of course, is try and sending Godfrey, because that's
Makes sense.
what he would try and do. I would
Alright.
try and sending him.
The number you have called is not in service.
His soul is his answering
Saul
phone.
is like, he's fucking dead.
Exactly.
Sorry, Saul's not Southern. Yeah.
Something is wrong, Georgie. He's not answering. I fear the worst. What do? We have, on the one hand, treasures which are of immense importance to the resistance, and on the other hand, our friend, potentially taken or worse.
He'd bloody love all this stuff. That's the main reason I grabbed it. I was like, great, Godfried will actually get a kick out of this. That's like a waste of time now.
I think Halvoth told me to choose a path. I think the path is to save our friends. We can only do this together.
Well, yeah. How do we find him?
Meanwhile, Avery, have you come up with a cunning plan on how to scale the 100-foot-high walls into the citadel?
I thought of a dumb plan.
No, well, a dumb plan's better than a dumber plan.
It consists of repeatedly casting minor illusion out the window to spell Avery says open the door.
Oh, no.
And just hoping that someone looking out the murder hole's like,
I think you overestimated your plan.
yeah. The
Dawn will be approaching in about an hour, give or take.
There's no arrow slits or anything like that he can
No, there are.
bamf through.
That's what I was thinking.
90 foot tall. But
Yeah.
arrow slits? No, you can't fit through the arrow slits.
Yeah, well, the building is cracked.
If
and
you
open.
that wide.
If you could see the
Yeah, exactly. I
destination,
can go
you could-
into
yeah.
where I need to teleport.
You
My
have-
problem is, if I expose myself
Yeah,
and
you're
take
shot
a
to
volley of arrows before
Yeah,
I can bamf my way into the...
Yeah.
I mean, the distance from me to that, even if I went as fast as I could, 60
Yeah.
feet, and then teleported,
It'd be 60 feet would put you 40 feet away from...
and I teleport 90 feet, so if I can see inside of
Could
it.
get you in, but it's still a round to travel.
But it's within the same round, so they can't fire at me from exposing myself to inside the wall.
You do have to open the window.
Very quietly.
Give me a stealth check. Do not screw this up.
We got coins. Take this, all of you, and use it.
This is a holy community.
yeah. This is the body of
Okay,
Havloth.
18.
There you go.
There are
Shit.
two different centaurs that might be able to see you. The first one doesn't see a thing. The second one doesn't see a thing. You are on the ledge of the window.
And I really wish I believed in you, Halvor. Damn if I don't think you're in an aidful mood. All right, fuck it. And I leap from the window and fly with my eyes closed. At the last second, squint open, and while looking through an arrow slit, and teleport and continue that momentum while on the other side, sort of rolling in midair, almost probably bouncing off a wall.
You do
possibly.
thump into the wall on the other side because it's not a very large chamber, this little arrow room.
And they will have heard like from leaving the window. Ah! Bamf from inside the wall. Ah! Thud.
Oh.
You can roll this.
Mm.
Roll a d20. Do not roll a 1 through 5, as two terrified, exhausted archers with loaded crossbows suddenly have this screaming thing in the room with them.
You said 1 through 5?
Yes.
I rolled a 6.
Oh, you
One of them spins
fucking
around
dancer.
and you see him pull the trigger,
And I split my legs apart.
but the cock doesn't lift off the crossbow to
Which
misfire.
one?
Do you speak Dwarvish?
I'm all out of spell slots, so I can't even cast tongues. But I can try and recall some of the Dwarvish that I've previously spoken. And I shout something in garbled, I hope, Dwarvish at them.
Give me a history check.
Yeah. That is a 11.
Did he just say he wanted to buy a potion? Who are you and what do you want?
Do you speak perhaps the common tongue?
I am.
Okay, it's been a stressful night for all of us.
Oh, really?
Oh, I mean, my entrance may give something away. Also, that 300-foot loud boom as I teleported in through the arrow slit.
Why are you trying to break in? We're on fire.
I'm here to tell you, I know things are rough and you're tired now, but my comrades have just drawn away the largest part of the army. So if you were gonna make a move, now is your time.
So we're not surrendering tomorrow then?
I mean, to be honest, that's probably not your best option with, you know...
Wait, says the other guard. You're a guard. He is an interloper. We don't move it. And they point down the corridor.
Which way to your, highest leader?
Down that way, thank you very much.
Down that way I go. Hope I don't have to fly through any more arrow slits.
You are woken with a splash of cold water. You are bound, and you have been stripped to your loincloth. Your hands are bound behind you, and there is a gag in your mouth.
Kiki.
There are also 2 undead centaurs on either side of you, with very large spears pointed very close to your neck. And Fasek is standing in front of you.
I need it last.
He's telepathic, it's fine.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. I'll do it telepathically.
Where is my book?
It's funny, I was going to ask you the same thing.
Your allies seized it.
My allies seized it. Oh, good for them. Did you leave it lying around?
If you think stealing it will stop the destruction of the dwarves, you are wrong.
So what happens now?
You will not reveal where your allies have gone, I assume.
I don't know where they have gone. How could I know where they are gone? I have been unconscious for... and I look, is there any light coming in?
Dawn is sneaking in through a tent, which you have obviously been placed inside, but you can't see much more than that.
I'll point to the ballista shot hole through my body, or whatever it is, and go, I have been a little bit inconvenienced, so I am not exactly caught up on current events.
Does Gottfried have any tattoos on his arms?
Good heavens, no. No.
I will not spend any time on your problem. If you have no value, then we are done.
I'll say, but you want the crepuscularium as well, don't you?
There we go.
Professor.
Boy.
Why would I want something my master already had?
No, but he doesn't have the real one. I have been studying this all my life, and I'm starting to act as if I'm...
Yeah.
Well, I'm doing this
Oh,
all
so telepathically. Yeah.
And I'm going to start sounding as if I'm really scared, but I'm going to ease into it. So I'm raising the pitch of how scared I
Give me a performance check.
Can I get advantage because this is telepathic and I can
Fully
do stuff
control.
psychically? Yeah, because I'm not using my vocal cords and my expression. I'm just using my mental voice, which is my thing.
All right. Fair.
Wow, that was some sketchy bullshit. Thank you.
Well, you
That was
are
very
excellent at
generous.
sketchy
Just
bullshit.
your mind is
Don't
your
screw up.
performance.
Yeah.
Performance.
Uh-huh.
There's no point. Well, I got a 12.
So you're describing the emotion of, I'm expressing this to you in terror, rather than actually expressing it in terror. Perhaps. Let's see. His
Okay.
insight might not be good. He believes you.
Okay. So with a rising pitch of anxiety and terror, I say to him, I have been studying this my entire life. I have a wealth of knowledge on the real Crepuscularium. There are at least 4 counterfeits. And there is a way in which the real one can be identified. I am the only one who knows this. If you give me some writing materials, I will explain everything. It requires a rather sophisticated ritual, a formula, you understand. Give me a blank book and I will write it all for you if you spare my life.
He pauses. Then he turns his back on you, grumbles something in the language of the shadow, and leaves. One of the other Vok, the black-robed ones, steps forward with a rather curved black knife and very slowly removes your ear.
Wow.
Then places his hand upon your chest and heals your wounds.
Jesus, that's dark. So I have 1
You
ear.
get 8 hit points back.
Okay, so I'm 10. Or was I reduced to 0
No.
from the 2? Okay, so I've got 10 hit points. Okay.
He then leaves with your ear.
Hmm.
And you are alone in this tent, except for the 2 undead who are still paused.
Mm. I will look at them as if I'm speaking to them, and I will say, I do not set my life at a pin's fee. And for my soul, what can you do to that? And then spit blood on the floor.
If they had minds, they would have heard it,
Yeah.
and they would care.
Okay.
Doran and Georgie. Dawn is starting to desperately creep through the leaves above you.
Can we work out how much flying we have left? If
None.
None.
Yeah.
We have 1 more feather.
Yeah,
I still have 1. I didn't use it.
of course.
You were carrying me. Dawn is a precious time for followers of Halvoth, when the night is conquered by the day. And maybe in this holy moment, I would again cast my mind out to Halvoth and ask him for guidance. And I can, I will roll some bones first of all. I will roll my augury. I'll take a ritual to roll that, and I'll describe a course of action, which is: shall we return to search for Gottfried? Is it worth returning? Is there a chance? Let me
It's
recast
got to
it
be in the
again.
next 7 minutes, right? Or whatever it is.
Next 30 minutes, I think.
30 minutes. Yeah.
30 minutes. Is there a chance to save Gottfried by heading back to the Centaur army?
And the response is positive,
Positive, negative,
or
mixed.
unclear.
Yeah.
Is there a chance of saving Gottfried? Positive.
I look at the bones, Georgie. There is a chance to save Gottfried if we go back.
And statistically, all things are possible, right? So
Oh, yeah.
that's all you've asked.
Is it logically possible? Well, yeah, it's not a contradiction.
I don't know what it will cost us looking at the book and the map in our hands.
Mm.
They're going to want these things. Hopefully, there's a reason they were so intent on, saving them from the fire. They're important. We can tell that just by looking at them.
Damn it! He slams the branch. The right thing to do is to take these away and get them to safety. These are the key. With these books, we can unite the world around us against the darkness. What is worth one life? Doran doesn't know what to do. He's stuck a little bit in this moral quandary because he knows what the right thing to do is, which is to take these things and get them to safety. That's the right thing to do.
Yeah, but we can't leave Gottfried. And we need him. He would have been able to work out what we need to do with these straight away. Would have been understood it. So we've got to get him. We've got to get Avery. We need to be together. We need to not be separated like this.
I will take out the feather. Don't you want to take the books, Georgie? Take them to safety.
What, and split us up even more? Our deal to make sure that you stay alive is to kill Vasak. We need to find out more information. We need somebody who can interpret these books. We need Godfried. Even if he wasn't our friend, even if we hated him, we'd still need him.
He is the only one who could read this mumbo jumbo for sure. But it's such a risk. We have
Everything
the key.
we've been doing is a risk. If we don't do anything to help,
I'm nearly tapped out. I have certain resources left, but I don't have much, Georgie. So
we need to rest.
I still have some of my divine power. If we get in close, we could still do some damage, but it would be a close run thing.
We couldn't. We made a slight mark when we were at full health and full guns blazing, and we had an ally close by. If we haven't rested, then we're no use to nobody. You need to rest, for sure.
We can at least take a short rest, I assume, just for an hour or so, just to get some hit points back up. But I'm afraid if we leave it any longer, I fear what will happen to Gottfried.
He's clever. He can talk his way out of things.
So we short rest.
Yeah, whatever you need to get yourself useful. There's no good if we're no use. Otherwise, we're just getting ourselves in trouble as well.
Can you bolster some magic, Georgie? Can you get back a 3rd level spell slot for me? Is that possible?
I can give it a try.
1d3, right?
Wait a minute. It is 1d3.
Yeah.
But is it one less?
If you roll a 5 or 6, you get a 3rd
Yeah,
level.
but how often
You will get one. Okay.
Get a 5 or 6.
Nope. I don't think there's nothing because that was a 1.
Okay. So it's a...
But I've got one
First
more
level.
chance to do it. Nope.
What again?
Another 1.
Well, and also you only get the 1. You can. They don't stack.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right, yeah.
Just you would, unless you use that 1 that I gave you earlier.
Okay. So I think we need short rest and then we need to face the music.
Would we have had any time to have short rest before this? No. Well,
Avery.
it help you? Does it do anything?
What was the name of the title of the guy in charge of the city again?
Oh, Christ, I don't know.
Doran?
He was the Dane. He was
Dane,
the Dane.
yeah.
Was
Oh,
the
right,
title.
sorry.
I'm just...
You are not taken today.
Nah.
You are taken to a very short, very bald dwarf who looks as if he has been on fire. His face is covered in black soot. His armor is covered in black soot. His face tells you he is incredibly overworked and is very angry.
Hello.
The 2 guards explain that you burst in a thunderous cloud of dung, at which point they all realize that you do smell like an open sewer. The captain looks at you. What?
As you can see, at great personal expense, I have snuck back in.
Why?
To tell you that now is your moment to push outside of these doors.
And who the hell are you?
You haven't heard?
No.
I
Enlighten me.
am Aberardus Malabranche, and to you I say good day.
That's impossible. Guards, taken to prison. As they are dragging you away, he shouts, Aberard Malabranche was murdered. We all know that.
No time to... Whoa, lads. Come now. Can't you see I got better? This is not the time to be arresting people just based off a dead man's name.
Then why are you using it?
Because it happens to be my name. Why the hell would I, stinking like shit, fire myself in through a through an arrow slit, screaming to high heaven, with arrows literally in me, just to deliver you the name of a dead man so you could arrest me. How does that make any fucking sense?
Cunning ruse.
Are you fucking dense? Sorry, you don't deserve that. Look, we're all pressed pretty tight against the wall right now.
You want me to go and tell the Dane that now is the time for us to launch a counterattack against an army of undead centaurs?
They have did you not see the fireball that was their trebuchet going up in smoke? Their ammunition stores.
Trebuchet's still there.
The ammunition stores. You've got hours before that thing fires again, at least. And the main body of the army went out to charge down those responsible, my comrades. We have an airship. It's not a big one, but how many are you?
There are 3,000 of us.
Back and forth.
Look, I'm just saying, 3,000 isn't a bad number, all right? Against those what have just left, the undead body of the army and those what leave...
All right, enough. You don't have to convince me. It's the Dane you need to convince.
Well, none of this arresting nonsense.
No more quoting of a famous author who I deeply respect and whose works I have read and committed to memory.
Ooh, he's good. Like him.
I wish my memory was better. I'd quote some of my own work back at you.
He instructs the guards, he's not going himself, to take you to the Dane. And you are taken through halls that are stuffed full of dwarvish refugees in various states of injury and sadness and terror. Until eventually you are taken into a war room where you can see the Dane, one arm bandaged.
As we pass through the threshold of this room, I'm going to leave my boots behind me, out of respect.
You approach, the Dane looks up at you, the guard fills them in on the information.
Did we not meet the Dane beforehand?
Not this guy.
No.
Different.
No, we sent a message via drone to the Dane.
Yeah.
So we actually alerted him.
Okay, that's something to work
As a
off.
matter of fact, roll a d6.
4.
All right. I was pretty much like
Yeah.
The Dane listens to your story, looks at you. All of the undead have just left.
And the one orchestrating it as well. It's gone to reprimand.
They've formed some sort of encampment around the hill. Your people did that?
Absolutely. They're the ones dropping all the fire.
It's stopped now.
Yeah.
Does that mean that they're dead?
Do you have anyone capable of sending messages?
What a fresh out. They targeted all of our spellcasters.
Well, then I can't confirm that for you.
We did message you.
Yeah. 2 of them most recently got in touch to touch base on me, but I haven't heard from them in hours. We're all running pretty ragged here.
So what's your proposal?
How many strong do you estimate the living centaurs to be within the walls?
He leans over, one of his aides rushes forward, whispers a number. About 700, all told.
And the undead that just charged free of the city?
1,200.
Within here, some exhausted 3,000. But not all
That's
fighting.
not fighting dwarves.
No.
That's
not
children, that's women. They
That's
were
not
very
what I'm
clever. They took out the men first. We've
And-
probably got maybe 800 warriors, of which 400 at least are wounded severely. And you want to charge out there?
When you put it like that. You're aware that the seas are a no-go.
Aye, we watched our ships being sunk by those scaly bastards.
All we need do is eliminate Fasak, the one that's leading.
Aye, the one who makes skin fall off a bone.
We eliminate him, the undead under his control, and the other the others of the Shadowfell, I can't remember the name of the race. The Vok, who follow him, the ones in control. If we eliminate them, the Centaurs who are living will not stand in allegiance with them.
How sure are you of this?
They have been...
Are you 3,000 souls sure?
I wish I could say I was.
So then why on earth would I listen to what you are saying?
Tell
If
me
you
honest.
are not prepared to take on 3,000 souls into your care,
Then be honest with me and tell me what else you were doing other than waiting here to die.
our option was to surrender.
On the mercy of the one turning his own allies into undead.
You have presented me with an unwinnable situation. The enemy has offered me clemency for the children and the woman.
These people, I can tell you, they don't know the word clemency. They plan to eradicate all life. At best, it's a temporary measure you're proposing.
And you have some proof.
Again, I only have what I have on me. And you'll just have to take it on faith of a man who's just risked his life and what few comrades I have living to fight my way through to you.
And so I ask you again, are you willing to take on the 3,000 souls in the Citadel? Because if you want me to trust you, I have to trust that you're going to take those 3,000 souls and you're going to protect them.
Then, on my honor, look at me and say that I am not weighing those 3,000 souls when I judge the decision, and I tell you that now is your only chance.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
That's some quite winners. Okay.
Good.
Persuasion. It's 19.
You'll lead the charge.
Alphonse will lead the charge.
Yeah.
I can manage that.
We'll take the main gates first. If the undead return, it will buy us some time to return to the Citadel.
Introduce me to those who would fight with me. Is there any time? There's not really time for resting.
Lunch.
How long will it take to muster?
Within the hour.
Then an hour is all I need.
Yeah, but actually the two of you in the forest.
Short rest, by the way.
Yes, I gather.
Put two and two together.
There is a blasting of a trumpet that sounds from without the forest.
Blasting the trumpet. A centauri trumpet?
Possibly. Sounds brass-like and quite deep.
Do we recognize that these were signaling a movement? Or anything like that?
When we seem to be a loud noise.
Does it sound like it's coming from deeper in the forest?
No. Outside. Back towards the city.
So my thinking, Georgina, is that we creep around towards the west side of the forest and fly into the air using the sun as obviously something which is very distracting to look at. Maybe approaching the camp from the sun's direction. It might throw off the ballistas a little bit. If Gottfried fell or was taken, he was taken around the hill. And my guess is they've taken him back to the command tent or what's left of it. So I suggest we fly with the sun and we get to the command tent, free Gottfried and get the hell out of there if we can. That's what I have.
Okay. Or the other option is we try and find Avery. Avaradus. Avaradus.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a tricky one. Avaradus.
Yeah. Last we spoke to him and he was in the city. He was... What did you tell me again? You were... I can't remember what you told me.
Hiding in the rooftops.
Hiding in the rooftops.
I told you I was making my way to the Citadel to get reinforcements and prepare. I was going to try and convince them to rush out of the city.
And you told him you had eyes on Fazak as well.
Pardon?
You told him you had eyes on.
We saw Fazak
But I mean, I didn't know that
Yeah,
you knew
yeah.
that.
We
so
saw
I was
him coming at
conveying-
the head of the snake.
I conveyed
Yeah,
it to you anyway.
So I guess like Havarada said he was seeking reinforcements in the city. Maybe we need to let him do that.
Okay. All right. Well, let's try and creep. Let's see what we can see. If we can see anywhere that we think could be holding on to Gottfried, we have to be so stealthy.
You're all doubting Avery. He won't ever make it to the city. Jumping off the airship's stupid.
It still was stupid.
Who knows how
So the
things
two
could
of
have
you are
turned out.
stealthing through the forest.
No, I'm going to give Georgie the feather, and if we do the same way
Okay.
of doing it.
Flying, stealthing though, so I suppose still only 60 at a time rather than dashing. Because I
Alright.
think we need to be aware of
Give me a
our
stealth
surroundings. Oh, yes, natural 20.
Oh, you
Beautiful.
dancer.
Yes, that's 22.
With stealth, you manage to make your way eastward. Are you heading towards the edge of the forest?
Yeah, we want to see what's
happening?
happening here.
There are 6 centaurs standing in the main road leading from the citadel. They are about half a mile from the actual citadel itself. Behind them you can see the hill with the trebuchet, which currently appears to be under repair. There are black-robed figures and centaurs moving around with new lumber. There is no sign of the fire. It has been completely quenched, but all of the barrels have also been destroyed. The citadel is also no longer on fire, the pitch having burnt itself out. But you can see vast sections of the walls of the citadel have crumbled under the heat of the fire that it was. You suspect that if this had not been shut down, the citadel would have fallen overnight.
That's good.
The undead army has encircled the hill completely. And there are several large black tents that have been set up on the other side of the undead, in between the hill and them, and then you. There are 6 centaurs that appear to be holding a bag. And one of them is holding the bag up so that it's quite visible. And the other one is holding a large spear, atop of which is a white flag.
What does that mean?
This means they want to speak, Georgie. Parley.
I don't think we trust.
I don't think
Somewhere.
we trust them
Gottfried is just
either. So the 6 centaurs, gap,
Of a mile,
thousands of
undead,
black tents on the top of the
and then a hill behind it with the trebuchet.
and a hill behind. Oh, so the
And then
tents are at the bottom of, like
Yes.
down here
Yeah,
somewhere, yeah?
Yeah.
And the sun is rising behind us, so technically, mechanically, we're flying with the sun. There may be some advantage
Sure.
against that. Georgie, it looks like a trap for sure. I can't imagine we would speak with Fasak now. At the same time, if we go in there, there's not a huge amount of chance that we're going to come out.
Stealthily.
It's open grassland at this point.
This is a big pile of wank, isn't it?
This is worse than when you stole Farmer Brown's pitchfork and rammed his donkey with it.
Yeah,
This is a lot worse.
yeah, I'd do anything to be back there then.
But there ain't going to be a back there then
Nope.
if we don't solve this one.
What sorts of reactions do we see to that?
They're
sound?
blowing it. It's the 6
It's-
that
yeah.
are. One of the 6 is blowing this long brass horse-headed trumpet. It looks as if they're trying to get attention.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
they're,
like they're trying
they're
to call
all
us
looking
out.
around. They don't see anything.
Do they have bows? These centaurs?
They do not have bows. They don't appear
And
to
are
have
they
any
alive
weapons.
or dead?
They're alive. They don't appear to have any weapons other than the spear with the white flag on top of it.
How big is the bag?
The
Ear size?
bag is a sack that's sort of rounded and looks vaguely moist.
Ear-shaped.
Yeah. Don't fucking do it. Don't do it. Get the hell out of here.
Is this the last stand of Georgie and Doran
No.
against all odds?
No,
What you
because
doing?
you've died too many times. How does it look? Does it look like we can, like, get? Is there a route in the trees to get closer to the city unseen?
No.
No.
We need to trust that Averatus is going to bring us reinforcements. And we need to just
No pressure.
head in there, make ourselves known, get into a command tent, free Gottfried, do some damage. It's a terrible plan, but it just might work.
I hope you're chewing a cigar when you say that.
Avaradus,
Now,
your hour has passed.
as I'm just mulling over some conversations and some things back, remind me of the nature of the original Centaur's whole issue and why they would ever have signed up for the siege.
You mean aside from the dwarvish people arriving and kicking them out of their home territories and forcing them into forests and then hunting them down as a subspecies?
That's the one.
That's the one.
That's
I
the one.
think
right
that's
there.
the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And that helps.
They're also fighting a copyright claim over one of the colours that they use in their dyes. But that's
sort of a minor
it's
sub
a
issue.
minor.
Yeah.
Mhm.
A couple of paragraphs
But
down.
it's that
Yeah.
all be turned on there.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
They didn't seem particularly happy that they were being turned undead.
No, exactly. Okay. So my question is,
Mm.
amongst those gathered, prepared to sally forth from the walls, gloriously, I assume.
All of them. Children are armed with daggers. Women have picked up all of the weapons. This is a make or break. He gave you 3,000 souls.
Okay. Amongst the four, the strongest of the fighting,
Right?
are they mounted? Are they? No, I didn't think so, because where would they stable them?
The stables were taken long ago.
Okay, that's fine. Before we proceed through these gates, I would parley with the centaurs. There is a small chance we can sway them against this action. And any chance to lower the casualties in the coming conflict, we have to take.
They are expecting our surrender,
So
but they're not expecting a human amongst us.
it will potentially, seeing the resurrected Avery, it may put them on the back foot.
Before we go out of the citadel, there's a question I have to ask you.
Will I sign your copy? Yes, I will.
So you are him.
I am.
You don't look old.
Thank you.
Long story.
I fear the telling of that tale would be worth a round of drinks with you, perhaps tonight, when we make it out.
I shall hold you to that. So how many are we taking out to negotiate with the centaurs? They're expecting myself and 2 others.
Then yourself and 1 other, with me included. And let us hope they honour their word.
And what if they don't agree? Then it's the 3 of us versus them.
Then it's the 3 of us versus them. Do you have any spellcasters who could teleport us within? No? Fine.
They took out the magic users. They were very
Yeah.
clever.
Like I said, it's going to be a dash back to the walls and holding tight onto our sphincters.
I'm impressed that you think that a dwarf can run faster than a centaur. I certainly noticed that you couldn't fly faster than their arrows.
Which time in particular are we talking about? There have been several, but I get your meaning. Look,
I think it's a time for us to take action. You promised us victory. I don't think now is the time to bandy words. We'll cut their legs off, and then we'll have them for dinner.
You've trusted me so far. A little more trust is all I ask. One last roll of the dice.
Fine. Lead on, Macduff.
All right.
You are led out of a small door in the side of the big double doors, and sure as nuts, 100 feet away is a contingent of centaurs. There is a Vok standing in front.
Okay.
Just the three of us.
Just the three of us.
You start walking towards the three. Back to the two of you. Godfrey, I will come to you.
Feels like we have three options. We fly with the sun behind us into one of those 6 tents, who knows which one. We take on that offer that they're offering us. Or we fly off with these books and never speak of Gottfried again.
There is one more option, Georgie. We give Avaradus time.
We'll just wait here and do nothing.
We go and speak to the centaurs, find out what it is they have. Maybe we can at least buy some more time for Avaradus. Who knows? Maybe they can be friendly to us. Who knows? Why don't we buy Avaradus time?
Yeah, I mean, they want what we have. What's in these bags?
Let's lead them on a wild goose chase.
I've chased a fair few goose in my time. Honk honk.
And honking, we walk out of the tree line, honk honk, towards these
6 centaurs.
6 centaurs.
Yeah! Hi!
We're waving. Hello!
Nice
Hello,
flag you
over
got
here.
there! Hands up, not holding on to my flail.
Vasek enters the tent. Probably been about an hour since you last spoke.
I presume I haven't had a chance to have a short rest.
Sadly,
very
no,
comfortable. What with the
no.
bleeding?
Yeah,
Yep.
there's the bleeding, there's
fine.
the rope, there's the gag, there's this.
Yeah.
You are Professor Gottfried Schopenhauer.
No, that's correct.
If you cannot identify the forgeries, you will be destroyed.
I understand.
He turns and he pulls out this shiny sphere.
I'm like protecting the other ear.
And he opens up a portal to the Shadow Realm.
Just like that. Clever boy.
The sphere.
Yeah.
Avery, the Vok steps forward
Oh no.
and looks at the Dane.
I don't want to put him to this. Have we crossed forwards towards?
You have to.
Yeah.
They're not coming forward.
No, that's fine. How close to the centaurs do we get before the Vok is?
6 feet. The Vok is flanked on either side by 2 centaurs.
Oh, there you go.
They look important.
The centaurs,
Yeah.
heavily armed.
I'm going to cast tongues on myself. I'm going to start the parley in Centauri.
Interesting.
So I can be understood.
Okay.
And I shall be projecting my voice so those in the rear can hear.
Interesting. All right. What do you say? Or should I come back to you?
No, we can begin. But please have mercy on me.
This is pure creationism right now.
What do you say?
Are you in charge of the city while your master turns tail and flees?
The Vox steps forward slightly and says, I am the one you must deal with. Speak in the common tongue.
I shall speak in the tongue of those who would ally themselves to...
You're saying this in Centauri?
Yeah.
Dane, this is not a good reflection of our negotiations. Control your man.
I speak not only for the dwarfs within the walls to my rear.
Is this still in Centauri?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm committed to this path.
Make it quick.
And to all those who have lost their loved ones in this needless battle.
This is insulting.
What is insulting is the treatment your master has shown those who would risk their lives.
Oops. Sorry.
In fighting your cause.
The Vok turns on his heel. This is dumb.
Ooh.
The Dane swings his axe and misses the Vok's back.
Oh, you bitch.
Just
Restrain yourself!
no. Go for never mind. Mother, shut up. Me.
I'll come back to you.
Come on, man.
Come on.
You're not helping, bro.
You just gotta scream.
Two of you.
For the Centauri to attack.
The centaur, as you are approaching, he says, we are under a flag of truce. We mean you no harm.
Yeah.
We will not attack you if you don't attack us.
We bring you a message.
From whom?
Our master.
Who is your master?
The bag gets chucked at your feet.
Hold on to that, will you?
Picks it up, opens it. Does she see a little old man's ear?
She does.
I recognise that lobe.
Yeah, it would be a hanger. You know? Yeah.
And the hair.
Yeah,
Your hair.
that's true. Yeah, lots of.
What is your name, Centaur?
I am Morning Run.
Morning Run, are you proud of what your people have become? I say, gesturing to the thousands of undead centaur under the hill arrayed behind him. Her.
You mean bringing the dwarves their final justice?
At what cost, Morning Run? If you are not around or of a mind to enjoy this victory.
Our children will enjoy this victory.
Your
But
children.
I bring you a message from my master.
We're listening.
He has what you want. You have what he wants back.
The
If you want to see the professor again, you will hand over the books and maps and documents you stole from the tent.
And then what happens to us?
The professor is returned to you and you may go about your way.
How do your children get made if everybody's undead? Bones don't really reproduce. Well, depends.
I had the same thought. Stop it. Sorry.
What future are you going to have?
The Bone Zone.
The two of you can give me a combined persuasion check. You need to get to 35.
Holy bejesus.
Can we use guidance on this?
Yes.
Oh,
But
and
anyone's.
oh no, I used up all my things. I could have given you an extra D3. Guidance though, that's
Only one of you.
oh.
You
do it.
can't cast
You roll
guidance
it.
twice.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
What do you say? Performance?
Persuasion.
Persuasion. Okay, 17.
17.
Oh.
Use the.
I
Yeah.
put it in front of me purposely to remember. Okay, metal die. Plastic did not win me. Come on. 12. And the guidance?
Yeah, D4.
You got 16.
3.
17, 19, 21, 31. Not quite. You need to roll a 16 or higher.
Have you got it? You don't have a plus on
3
charisma.
maybe.
Oh, do you have a
Oh
plus
shit!
on
I
persuasion?
forgot. Well, there was an extra one.
So
That
you need
wasn't
to
enough,
roll-
wasn't it?
You need to roll a 15 or higher with rerolls.
Is it worth not keeping that for maybe Papa Smurf
I've got one more.
Avery?
I've got one more.
15.
I mean,
18.
yes!
So that makes a 19
There's
plus
a lot
our
of people
3.
going,
Yeah.
oh my
Plus-
god! My earphones!
Do your maths.
The centaur is thinking hard about your statement. And his face saddens. And you get this distinct impression that he realizes the logic in your words and now does not know what to do.
Welcome to our world, buddy.
Avery, the Dane has just swung at the Vrock. The centaurs are looking from the Vrock to the dwarf to you.
Okay. Time pauses. As my heart between beats, I think of what to say next.
Just tell them
With
to
one sentence. And it's not a compound sentence with multiple commas
Yes.
and semicolons.
Yeah, right? Bullet points and... Yeah.
If you would stand for a future where centaurs have any relevance and could possibly thrive, then you will help us in our hour of need. That's the best I got.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage. Your DC is 14.
Oh shit. Well. Go on, Sean.
This is a make or break.
Go on,
You can
Sean.
do it. You can do it.
We've got
Persuasion
one
is-
more coin.
Nat 20.
You motherfucker! You charming bitch!
How did the dice tell the story?
Love it.
Oh my
That's
God.
why we like this fucking game.
Has already spun around to accuse the Dane, and the centaurs skewer him.
Yes!
This is glorious. The 6 centaurs that are with you they don't know what to do.
You know,
How can they possibly stand against their thousands of brothers who have been converted into the undead? What would you have them do? And Fasek does have your professor. This is not a ruse.
No. We work together. You have still others.
8 against thousands.
Then
In the distance.
Yeah. There are wheels in motion, morning run. Maybe one of our friends is working on freeing your brethren from the city. Maybe one of you can run off towards the city and find out what's going on there. The rest of you can accompany us into the camp, show us where...
That would be suicide.
pretend? Oh, here we go. What?
You pretend that we are prisoners, of course. Yeah, we are at your mercy. But take us close enough to Fasak so my friend, Georgina, can drive her flail through Fasak's face for good. And join us in that fight. This is
Fasek
our
is
last
a mighty
chance.
warrior. I saw him at the battle. He destroyed our chieftain. And it was not a complex fight.
Mm.
We have but one chance. To lop the head off the snake.
Fasek turns to you, Godfried. I sincerely hope you can. Bring him. And Fasek is about to step through the portal into the Shadow Realm.
He's bringing me to the Shadowfell.
You're the only one who can identify copies. Okay. We'll be back next week. Insane!
That's fine. Everything's fine.
You had to go with that one. I can identify duplicates.
I was under a certain amount of pressure.
I thought when he opened the portal, he was going to reach in and take the book.
Mm.
And I was like, Great, he's bringing the
I was
Crepuscularium
praying
here.
that they gave me a blank book because I can remake my spell book with a blank book.
Very clever.
I knew it. I knew it, you pretty bastard.
Yeah.
Could have just Misty stepped out of there.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're like, who is this idiot? Oh, he's the professor. But he knows about us. So he might be able to identify a copy. And if what you guys are thinking is true, then they're thinking the same thing. And that means what you said was really important.
Well, they might just put the Crepuscularium in my hands, which would be a big fucking mistake.
In the Shadow Realm.
I trust in the book that I made up.
Okay, favorite moment number 6, that would be Brendan.
Yeah, it's got to be the dramatic dice rolls.
Oh, man.
The swing, right?
Oh my God, yeah.
Jesus.
The speech from Avery, managing to get this 35 on convincing morning run. I mean, these are just pivotal moments. Yeah? And I mean, yeah,
When you
that's it.
failed it the first time around to get to 35, you got to like 32. I was like, there's no point in spending another token. You're never going to do it.
Yeah.
You're never going to do it. And then,
It's worth a try.
Thank you for watching our dramatic train wreck of a show. We got there in the end. Though.
Sorry
got somewhere.
if we're stupid. We're trying.
Oh, but aren't we heroic with it?
Oh, yes.
I'm in
It keeps
shock.
interesting, right?
Actual shock.
Actual shock. All right, we'll see you all next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.